Hey there guys, so the last time in the anime, we saw that Cry had sent Tino on a rescue mission. But the recent news was that the place she was going had become much dangerous, and from level 3 it had risen to level 5. So Cry gathered all his relics to go save the kids. The kids were managing to clear out their path, but when they got a bit deeper into the dungeon, they came across a giant wolf boss. It took everything they had to defeat it. But then many others wolves showed up, and just then Cry crash landed here. Used some deception to get everyone out of there to a safe place, and later on, the whole party kept following him, thinking Cry was leading them to an exit. But Cry doesn't know where the exit was. But on the way, the party sensed something from behind, yet Cry kept going straight. Something was definitely wrong. Tino told everyone to just believe in Cry, because everything he does has a meaning. But according to Tino, unless they get back to the boss chamber, they can't find exit. So Ruta started to waver in fear, since Cry won't say anything about where they're going. But the guy himself loved to know that too. And suddenly the party saw the thing and rushed in, as they found the guys whom they were meant to rescue. So everyone thought Cry was leading them here, and Cry got the free credit afterwards. Rudolph tells them that there's a much dangerous boss lurking around the dungeon. They all thought it was the Wolf Gang, but it wasn't. The phantom boss who defeated them had a skull mask on him, and he defeated them with such an ease, and yet left them alive, like he was toying with them. So Rudolph thought that phantom bosses could be on the same level as Luke. Luke is known as Thousand Sword, and he's Cry's childhood friend. He's a monster himself. But the phantom boss can't be on Luke's level, so Ruta asked Cry about their next move, and Cry gave the decision-making to Tino, because she's the leader for this mission. Tino was a thief, so she found a way out, but it was blocked by other monsters, and Cry didn't have his relics with him, so it was getting dangerous. But when the phantom boss appeared, everyone began to shiver from fear. But Tino was scared of the monster behind the phantom boss, which kicked the boss out like a pebble, and came to meet Cry. Liz is a member of Grieving Soul and Tino's master. She's a terrifying woman, and a strict master whom Tino fears. Gilbert tried to stand up for Tino, and got kicked to death. Liz thought she's to blame that Tino turns out to be so weak that she can't even take care of this stupid phantom boss. Her cursing remark was just something, and Tino begged for forgiveness. Then Cry tried to stop Liz, and praised Liz for holding back her strength, meaning Gilbert would have died if she hadn't held back. Then the phantom boss got back up with its minion. One of the wolves with a gun shoots at them, and Liz catches all the bullets. Liz gets even more pissed that Tino can't handle shitheads like this. That's why she showed how it's done. For her it was simple, and she expects Tino to do the same as well. Poor girl ends up crying, but Liz was as strong as Luke, because both keeps fighting each other to improve themselves. That's how Grieving Soul became powerful except for Cry, and Liz likes to be spoiled by Cry, and that's where Rescue Mission ends. After that, Cry was searching for a thing he lost that Citri gave him a year ago. Citri is smart and an alchemy of the top grade. But once she created a slime that could destroy the entire capital. That's why she gave it to Cry to keep it safe. But back in the rescue mission, he lost it. He remembers trying to use it, but the shell was empty. But still the fear of something might happen was eating him from the inside. So in the end, Bro didn't get any sleep at all and woke up late. The association wants a report on the rescue mission. So Cry asked Eva to get it from Tino. But Tino was training with Liz. So Cry asked about any suspicious activity around the capital she heard of, and Eva decided to gather intel too seriously. But Cry asked her just casually. That's why he goes to the training hall, but Eva knew from experience that when Cry suspects something, bad things happen. As for Cry, he came down to the training hall, and Seven told him to stop Liz, or she might end up killing Tino. His warning seems to be true. So Cry stopped her when she was about to step on Tino mercilessly. At one point it looked like she might snap, because Cry stopped her, but she listened to him like a good girl. But there Tino stopped Liz from going away to continue her trainings. And since she asked for death herself, Cry excused himself. After that, Cry got the news from Seven that phantoms are appearing a lot lately. And Cry thought this must be the reason Grak wants to meet him. So Cry got an idea and asked Seven to do some mission for association, and meet Gark, and tell him that Cry is busy. Cry wanted to avoid meeting Gark for mission. Seven's party member thought Cry is useless, because his other party members always go on mission, while Cry never steps foot at all. But Seven told him never to think like that. Cry runs the entire clan himself, and there's no doubt he's a monster in himself. So Seven did as Cry said, and relayed the message to Gark that Cry is busy. So Gark decided to go meet him in person, but at the same time some bad mages were planning to do something big. And if their experiments are successful, they'll be able to create dungeons themselves. But for that they need Sophia, the leader's personal assistant, and the next day, Cry woke up from a dream in which Citri's slime destroyed the capital, and there he found Liz had sneaked into his bed. She had a habit of sneaking into his bed since childhood. And there Liz asked him if he's free today, because she cleared up her schedule to spend some time with Cry, so Cry agreed to her request. Then Gark came in to meet Cry, and saw the guy was leaving with Liz. But Liz got ticked just by seeing Gark's face, and told him to get lost, and solve whatever problem he has on his own. Their friendly remarks to each other ends up in a fight. So Cry goes with Kana, and she told him about Leyline's problem, and asked if he noticed anything strange in Wolf Den Dungeon. So far Cry didn't, but Cry was concerned about one thing, and he didn't reveal what it was. But he did promise he'd send Ark to help her out. There Liz and Gark were going on, and Liz was mocking Grak how slow he had gotten from old age. It ticked him off, and Cry stopped their friendly duel midway. So Gark leaves for now, and Eva saw the bill for repair is gonna blow up, and the culprit was enjoying her date with Cry. There Cry asked how strong were the Phantom from her last mission. Liz said she got bored beating them, so she left. And Cry asked her the power comparison of Phantom from her last mission and Wolf Den Phantom boss. Liz can't even remember that trash properly, but there Liz caught someone who kept staring at them. But Cry let him leave safely. Liz thought this must be Cry's plan, and the stalker also thought Cry left him to give out a warning. The situation just always seemed to work in Cry's favor. But that's where our episode 4 and 5 ends. Yet stay tuned to watch more of its episode on my channel. And for that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Till then, take care.